Hello, this is my first video covering this topic or being formatted like this, so please go easy on me. Siege is probably one of my favorite video games, and I have been playing since the start of year 3. However, recently, Siege has not really felt the same. It just really doesn't have that same feeling that was present when I had started playing. As more and more operators and gadgets were added, and less guns and maps were added, no, I don't count reworked maps as new maps, the game has started to feel a little bit stale, yet constantly changing at the same time. What do I mean by that? The game adds new operators and gadgets, but not new weapons or maps, which allows for new tactics to be created using new gadgets, but doesn't really allow for much variation beyond that. The same weapons and operators prevail, which can be seen by how Ash and Jaeger have consistently stayed top tier operators, even now. These operators have been nerfed and their ACOGs have been removed, but they are still pretty powerful. Why try something new when the old is better? Ubisoft should have probably focused on more things like their speed or their gadgets rather than their guns. They should have let operators keep their ACOGs but reduce their speed or change their gadget where it requires more interaction, like how they did recently with Jaeger's ADS. And while Siege does try to spice up things with unique events, these are available for a limited time only, which kinda sucks. They should be available forever, or at least in custom matches forever. However, I believe I may have found a solution to help spice the game up a little bit and also have old players who stopped playing Siege return. And that solution is to have a playlist where you can choose a certain year and season within Siege and play the game exactly how it ran during that period. Let me go into a little bit more detail. You would be able to choose a certain year and then an operation to play in where the game looks, runs, and is balanced in the exact same way as it was during that time period. For example, if let's say I wanted to play during Operation Chimera. I could play as Lion before he got nerfed, or I could actually play during Operation Health where Bandit and Jaeger still had ACOGs. However, the newer operators would not be accessible if I were to play in an older version. However, this mode would not only change weapons and gadgets and operators, but also balancing and the HUD. For example, the 1.5 times scopes would not be available in older operations. Secondary SMGs would have less recoil if I was playing in an operation before Grim Sky. Reworked and new maps would be replaced with the older versions, and the HUD would correspond with the operation being played, which means if I were to play during, say, Operation Chimera, my HUD when picking an operator would look like this. The implementation of this change would allow people to experience Siege during a certain time period when they enjoyed the game the most, while also allowing Ubisoft to continue to implement changes in the most recent kind of patch and allow new operators for anyone who wants new features. I don't really know how exactly this would work, but this is sort of a skeleton idea, and I hope I can grow it over time with some help and somehow even get Ubisoft to review the idea. I would really appreciate it if you were to add or point out anything in the comments. Please do so because I really want some constructive criticism to see whether this idea would actually work, and even if it's possible to implement. Because I would be perfectly fine with Ubisoft like canceling out like maybe like 1 or 2 seasons to work on this, like they did with Operation Health. I mean, we already get one operator per season, so why not just have two operators per season and have two seasons just work on implementing this? Please let me know in the comments whether you agree with this. If you like my idea, like the video. If you don't, dislike or just tell me what I can do better. I don't really care. Well, I do care. But I hope all of y'all seeing this have an absolutely wonderful day today. Stay safe, and yeah.